Greetings everyone, today I would like to continue my random talk about the random stuff, and currently I'm talking about the altar, things you put on the altar. I guess now I'll start to talk about the things that is happening around the altar, something like that. So I just arrived from a business trip, and the business trip was okay, except this when you sit inside the car for a long time, you feel bad, you want to vomit, and there's something wrong with you. Maybe it's the smell of gasoline, or it's constant shaking. This I'm not used to it, something like that. So I'm testing my new cell phone camera. It should record in some HD, and it should show my yellow beard. This is yellow. So previously I talked about this. What did I talk about? I talked about this shaman is having the images of this wild animals, wild beasts on his altar. So it's kind of this, how to say, strange for a person who is away from nature, this who lives in a city, to look at this basically toys. It's like how to say. Imagine someone have put a dinosaur, image of dinosaur, on his altar, and he claims that these dinosaurs are like important, something like that. So something like that can happen if we if you are not careful. Human beings have this tendency to destroy these animals, saying that they are like wolves are stealing the sheep. Bears are very dangerous creatures, so they need to be away from the settlement. And when there's this main roads, and around the roads, if there's wild animals, everything is like basically hunted down. So when a shaman says that these beasts are important, etc., etc., you must honor that, etc., it may sound a little bit strange, like imagine very fundamentalist, or very strict Christian, and someone says that this I think this Satan is this important. We need to give respect to Satan, so that we have no problem with the devil, something like that. So Christian tells this, no way. Something like that. So is there a way to honor these creatures? So you build this outside altar, something like that. So inside this, compared to inside outside altar, outside altar is this somewhat this, how to say, empty. It can be this pile of stones, it can be some stone markers, and it can house a big stone table, and there can be some this candles, something like that. But in general, there is no basically these big statues of these dogs, etc., etc., to chase away this evil, something like that. It's basically free. Anyone can visit there, and anyone can place food there. So today I would like to talk about the food. Behold, there is a food on the altar. Food. In some pictures, you will notice that in this some places are worshipped, this in somewhat wrong way. People dumping too much food on the always too much food. If you watch my videos, I have these two colonel uncles. Colonel Jamson, from whom I took this blade, and the colonel Sokt, um, my mother's side, this family, and this is my mother's side, this short blade. These things are for this good luck, but it's dangerous for this if you have young children. So he, this organizes a family meeting every summer. So he is like, this. Please come to visit my this gear camp. This you will have the free night, something free free gears because you are from my family, something like that. But there's a but. There will be this SETERLEKH, meaning worshipping. So you having this word tahil altar ga. Altar ga is it's like this worshipping, something like that. Tahil ga. When you go to such a this community event, you bring food. We usually bring candies, and sometimes it's better to just bring money. This, please use this if you need this some. If you need to prepare something like that. So actually, there's no such thing as a free stuff. So they are offering free stay, but you bring money, so it's not it's not this free. So everywhere you go, everywhere you travel, you have to spend, something like that. That's going to be reality. So food. You will notice that there is lama is like this chanting his this stuff, something like that. So after this lama or shaman, this, I think this food is blessed. Now you can eat, something like that. So you put alcohol, and it can be any this drinks, but you will notice that sun has this power to make things this rotten. Or you usually do not place chocolate on the altar. It's going to be melt down. It's better to have some traditional food, dried curds, cheese, etc., etc. And since you are doing it in a somewhat higher place, there should be less flies around, or you can have this constantly chase away the flies and stuff. So after this priest, lama, or the shaman done his this ritual, dance, chanting, singing stuff, you are given the food to this blessed food, something like that. You receive this food and you eat there, and basically almost no food is left. There can be this stone table where you leave some meat, etc., etc., for those these wild animals, especially for these predatory birds. So there's a question: what about this the predatory beasts that we honor? Tigers, bears, wolf, etc., etc. So there's a tendency to declare some forests or some areas as a holy place and ask the local lord to guard it with some military. This is usually a tradition of the national parks, something like that. So when you go such a place and you usually this, how to say, offer livestock. You do not kill the livestock. There can be two types of these shamans. The shaman that do kill the livestock. I mean, you bring a goat. Shaman says that this, I will perform the ritual and I will slaughter this goat. There can be such type of shaman, and there can be the different type of shaman. So the shaman will say, I will, this perform the ritual, etc., etc., and you will set free this goat. So there's this setting free type shaman. So shaman tells, this, if this your this animal, it can be if you're this in very rich person, or if you're very desperate about your business and stuff, you can offer a horse. So after this ritual, this shaman usually puts this hattaks, etc., etc., or some bells on this this animal. Bell is to sometimes it attracts, sometimes it's chased away. I think putting a bell is not a good idea, just a hattak. So you set free this creature, and the shaman tells you that if a wild animal gets this your offering, this, if your the horse that's set free is taken by the wolves, it means this God and this spirits have this accepted your sacrifice, something like that. So sometimes this animals are set free this in this wild this forests, so that this they are claimed by a bear, wolf. We do not have this tiger in Mongolia. So this is some way to honor these creatures, or this give sacrifice to nature, something like that. Usually, this farmer or nomad usually understands that his way of life. He is making fortune, he's making money, because he is this killing. He's killing. This. He's building his fortune on the bones and tears and blood of his livestock. So sometimes he needs to this feel better. Feel this, how to say, this, I'm rich, I need to give some sacrifice, I guess, something like that, to feel better, something like that, and to be assured, maybe. So the altar is built to sometimes built to feel special. If you're in this if you happen to be a big head of a family, and you can afford this gathering of all your family, and you have a family altar, you feel you feel special, something like that. And also I talked about the meaning of the altar. Tahil means welcome, but Tahil can mean this tell me, or you tell. Tell me, it's going to be in Mongolian, this you tell, this you spot the something like that. So you in a respectful way is ta. Tell is hel. So it becomes tahil. So it sounds similar to tahil. So when you have this, how to say, not have, if you feel special, I mean, if you think that you will receive some these advices from the spirit, etc., etc., you ask about the stuff from the altar, and it is possible to put alcohol or this cup of water on the front of an altar and ask for the question, and the question will the answer will come into your dreams, or in order to receive the answer, I guess you will drink the liquid water or the alcohol in the next day, something like that. Well, that's pretty much for today, and I must close this thing. Well, thanks for watching.